Greetings, salutations, 1212. Crypto Wonder in the building, and the intangible internet building, whatever the heaven that means. We'll take this time out to just share some thoughts. Don't get tricked out of your bags, people. If you're in crypto and you're dealing with this market and you're doing the right things that you need to do with your cryptocurrency, you're already ahead of the game, like so ahead of the game by leaps and bounds, leagues ahead. I don't see what the reason to get attached to temporary, like this immediate need to just have to feel like you're doing something else when you already have things that are working for you at your disposal on your behalf without you having to lift a finger. Why do you have to distract yourself and almost like dilute your strong chances of earning rewards by dividing your attention into other things and other places just to satisfy some moment of what? Can't wait, impatience, boredom. It doesn't it's self-defeating. It's self-defeating. A lot of us that sacrifice or who are in the sacrificer set, what we did for Pulse Chain and PulseX, that's something that these are sort of like sacrifice seeds that were planted a year and a half ago and a little over a year ago for PulseX, a year and a half for Pulse Chain. And should those things come to fruition, well, then we'll enjoy the spoils. We put that energy already, we set it in motion over a year ago, a year and a half ago. All we have to do is wait, because think about it. Meta salute, man. We put all that stuff in motion a year ago, over a year ago. So think about like we know the stuff is crazy about how things are being done and how the founder just carries on. I don't agree with a lot of things RH does. But for people to really think that he's not going to really deliver, it's crazy to me, because where does he live? Like, does he live on Neptune? You know what I'm saying? Like, is Pluto even in the solar system anymore? They said that Pluto was removed from the solar system. Like, the dude, anybody can got, anybody can be touched, anybody could be sought after, anybody could be found. Like, come on, man. And I'm not trying to speak crazy, but it's just like, yo, if you working with something already that's working for you, yeah, we already know Pulse Chain, PulseX. We can't, I don't talk about it anymore, because how many times can you talk about the same thing differently? So I got tired of it. I got tired of talking about it. Doesn't mean I'm not bullish. Doesn't mean I don't, I'm not excited for it. It's just that, hey, I choose to focus on what we have already right now that's been working. That's been working. That no one can say that they've gotten scammed. It's like certain go back to like the beginning of some of these principles that we always try to like, exalt or speak on or use to prop up what we like. But like I just talk about what works and feed off the energy of from that point instead of thinking about dreaming and almost like imagining something bad happening from something that you have no control over. You know what I'm saying? Like for what? Why are we doing that? Or that we go to Twitter and it's just a cesspool of trash and drama. For what? Why are you ingesting that type of energy and that ideology? Whatever you think is what you become. So why even do that when we're in a position right now where we are ahead of so many people in life? Like even in a bear market, we're still blessed. You know, even in a bear market, we're still blessed. My goodness, like some people have even sold their bags before they got them. Some people have even sold their pulse chains, chain, whatever points they receive or whatever. They sold that before they even got it. I remember one of the billionaire cat. He put an offer out there in the world last year. He'll buy people's bags before they even got inside, and then got some offers and made some 1, 2. I mean, according to I don't know how real it is, but like people sold their, you know what I'm saying, they sold their sacrifice pulse shape, pulse X points before we even named that. Like, I have no clue. Folks have no clue what they're doing. I have no clue, and no one's talking about like things that actually work or that has been working. People are afraid to talk about the four chains, right? Folks are not only afraid to talk about the four chains, but they're afraid to talk about the same token that they want to keep and what everybody to talk about. They're not gonna talk about if it's on four chains because what? Because why? Because who? Because who? What? And then you're still dealing with whatever Ethereum has to offer you. Nice costs, increased pricey fees and costs to use Ethereum. You still got to deal with that. Meanwhile, you got two other chains that they treat like testnet because whatever lack of infrastructure or interest or whatever. Maybe it's because it was a ethnicity, a whole the Asian population just took control and did what they did, and people who cares? We got copies. No one cares. Man, not no one 100%, but not enough care. You know. I mean, listen, man. You already know the deal. You don't need me to tell you, man. What's going on, Godfather? Yeah, I'm for real. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. Dracula definitely brought a certain level of understanding and perspective, and it's not one that I personally appreciate. The perspective Dracula brought was an understanding for me. Like, oh, when you're going against the best, you best not miss. Like, and it's like imitation, best form of flattery, right? A great form of flattery. I don't know how the saying goes. Don't get me, I'm still trying to get over this foolish cold. But when you see certain things arise or certain things, they just coming for, they just doing this and doing that. But the whole time you got a contract that's been working over 1,000 days, no interruptions, as whatever as it is, sometimes boring is good. Yeah, you're getting yield, You're getting your yield, and some people think it's not enough. Some people think it's too slow. It's not exciting enough. It's not racy, right? It's just not, it doesn't appeal to your, these addictive types of qualities and personality flaws that we have, this degenerate spirit that we have. It doesn't appeal to that very well. And so it's like, it's a dub. Why? Why? Dennis, Dennis Anderson, what's going on? What's up? Good to see you. Glad to have you. Like we look. I'm not better than anybody else out here, man. I have my own shortcomings and stuff, but when it comes to this crypto thing, after spending, like, this is year number 6 for me. If I didn't learn one or two things, I need to give it up and walk away from the whole thing. But no, I learned quite a lot, and I try to talk about what I've learned because what I've learned has actually worked for me, and I've seen it. It's not just it worked for me; it worked for many other people. It's just about applying what you learn, having some patience, and it's not even costly. It's not even costly. Some people, I saw a tweet where somebody was like, "Oh, where the positive pulse chains people at?" Listen, listen. There's a lot of people that are positive in this community, man. There's a lot of people that are positive in the community. It's just difficult for people to bear because they didn't understand the whole thing of no expectation of an expectation of a magical unexpectation of no expectation magic. They didn't understand what that was. And they're forced to understand it. They're forced to deal with delayed gratification by default, you know? In a bear market where folks have no experience, there's some people that just have no experience with crypto. Their first even encounter with crypto is a sacrifice set. Imagine your first encounter is coming into meeting RH and him talking about sacrifice, and that's your first thing. Okay, you kind of like have an edge among many others. You have no reference of and broad experience to back you up in anything you got to do or anything you want to hear and understand to apply to make anything work for you. You have no experience. You just, it's boom. Your first thing was sacrifice. Oh, okay, sacrifice. But then you're like, because you don't have nothing else to work for. But then it goes to, okay, well, look, this is what's been here. This is what works as far as Hex. This is how it's working. Not only that, but people built, on top of the coin, they had two other coins and systems and communities that bonded, that had tokens that are bonded to Hex and doing all this great stuff. But that's not even celebrated enough either. And people are like, oh, we're the positive pulse. Yo, when hey, everybody, the talk of the thing is over. When V3 close, oh, but it's public versus private V3, public or private V3, and this and that, and maybe there could be another V of a V and another V. Who listen, you get lost. You mess up and get pissed off, get emotional, and want to just sell everything you get before you even have it. Like certain people have already even just allegedly are doing. When mainnet comes out, people are just gonna be dumping because why? And a lot of times I don't even think that's really gonna happen because guess what? As crazy as it sounds, and I'm thinking about it more and more, if dude comes out with another sacrifice, yo, like for that wallet, you think people are not gonna sacrifice? People are gonna sacrifice amidst all the madness that took place up to this day. You think people are not gonna sacrifice for that wallet? They're gonna sacrifice. What other options they got? Solana. What? What are the options? People are gonna sacrifice for that wallet because people have seen and learned and just they just applied certain levels of things in with this whole game as far as like patience and understanding. Like, look, if you hodl these weirdo coins, you're gonna get some astronomically weird and bizarre returns that you will not frown on. You will not frown on. It's weird. It's a weird space. It's a weird space that's just brought these things to our existence. And it didn't take much. It just took a little discipline, a little belief in ourselves and what we do, and or what we're trying to do and understand, because we can't all figure all this out, but we trying to figure it out. But at the same time, we sometimes steer each other in weird different directions because we're a wave of emotions. One person wants to think something, it goes left. The other person wants to think something else, it goes right. And then you caught in the middle. You don't know which way you're going. Meanwhile, all you have to do is calm your nervous behind down, your erratic self down, and be committed to not trick yourself out of your crypto bag and just hold it. I'm talking from experience. I thought I knew what I was doing. I know crap, and I thought I did. 2 years in the game, I'm thinking, oh, I'm a doctorate. I got all the experience. Nobody can tell me I knew nothing. Nothing. And I was hands deep doing all kinds of whatever experiment, dumping in this coin, that community, this contract, blah, 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 blah. I knew nothing. And all I had to do, because when the bull run, when certain things, markets effects and change occurred, all I had to do was just hold what I had. And I already lost it by then. And I'm like, oh, see? And this is part of the secrets of what people did to win. This is all they had to do, and not talk yourself into like, oh, there's a new opportunity here. Let me see what's going on here because I'm too impatient. I can't wait. I have no focus. I'm just whatever. I'm gonna miss out on this. I'm gonna miss out on that. And it's the same narrative that keeps repeating itself. Because why? Because I'm not learning anything. Because if I did, I want to keep getting caught up in this cycle of this never ending cycle of trying to win and continuously losing. When my positive pulse change, what y'all talking about, man? The same person asking where my positive pulse change people are, you shilling something else. Talk about where my positive, and when you what? That's what you got to offer. That's what you got to offer. With my positive, positive of what? Focus on what works, man. That's my thing. Life is hard. People trying to find a way to make extra income to supplement whatever situation they got going on from a financial perspective. Don't talk. Listen, man. Be real. Right? And look. It's hard. You looking at these things and it's ladder. Yeah, these ladders are not cutting the checks to pay your bills every month. Like this is weird. Like and ladder of what? You can't do a ladder for monthly ladder on E2.0 without getting your financial books raped, with your pockets raped, with fees. So it's just like, okay, this is the system I'm dealing with. It's got to be long-term play. If it's something you're trying to do for every day, it's different. You got to do something else. You got to kick up the game. You got to step it up to where now you all about gambling, taking 100% risk because you need to do something that's gonna supposedly help you pay every day and reward you for a long period of time. And how has those things worked out for people? Where you consistently getting a certain amount every day, not just a percentage, just a certain amount every day to balance whatever you got. How's that worked out for people for a long period of time? I'm talking like a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It hasn't. We have still yet to see things like that materialize. We've still yet to see something provide daily payments, right? Daily payments that you could touch at a certain amount or higher consistently for over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. We have yet to see that, because there's always a small group that got in quick, got paid quick, got the heavy bag, and everybody else is trying to play catch up. Meanwhile, you're going through all kinds of variables, market condition, price low, people don't care anymore. They're not interested in getting involved with whatever you got going on. So the interest is crazy, wacky, and everyone's not just getting the same returns. And this is where we're at. And it's, oh, wait, where all my positive, this people are, come on, come on. Something happened years ago where something came out and was professing to pay X, Y, and Z, and it spoiled. It did something to somebody, to the cerebral, the central nervous system of the human being, because they found out that this is something that could feed their addictive, degenerative nature, the greed factor, and it appealed to them. And when that shit fell apart, it fried everybody, right? And some people, all they trying to do is just create opportunity to chase that same dragon because it was a high. And that's all it is. It's an addiction for some people, man. They can't just let it go. They can't just say, you know what, let me just put this here, and just let me and set it and forget it. Not think about it. No, it's about every day. God gets this money. Everything is about this money. Y'all gotta get this money. Every day is about this money. At what cost? At what cost? And everybody's not going to win, because everybody's not winning now. Everybody wasn't winning before we even were born and existed. So how do we even, oh, we all, everybody's not? No, everybody's not. Everybody's not. It doesn't happen. That's not reality. It's not life. It's not. Explaining certain things I just don't get. People say, oh, everybody's gonna make it. Everybody, I like this term, we gonna make it, from Styles P and Jada. That's one of my favorite duos, with the back and forth. They're the masters of back and forth with the hip hop. They got some "We Gonna Make It" from like 20 years ago. That's as far as "We Gonna Make It" I like. I mean, I like the idea. Yeah, we are not all making it together now. What makes us think we're gonna make it tomorrow or a year from now? Come on, man. We tricking themselves out of bags, like buying into these weird ideology, these weird principles that we find folks just be conjuring up late night in their bedroom. They're up at 3 in the morning, and there's something that comes up, and then all of a sudden it's this crypto philosophy that's just introduced into what has nothing to do with reality. You think people are gonna like what I talk about? No, nobody gonna care if I drink Tropicana. Who am I to tell somebody, oh, force my oh, listen, man, you better buy this Tropicana. This is the real. Out of all the orange juice, forget about Minute Maid and all them. Yo, you better buy this Tropicana. Nobody gonna care, because they don't care now. They don't care if Tropicana has been the most successful out of all the orange juice brand products of blah, 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 blah. They don't care. They're gonna buy their Minute Maid and whatever else. Imagine, oh yeah, I like Samsung, or I like Apple, I like, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. I'm gonna force my, because this is the best brand. This is the best brand. Product market. They don't care. Nike shoes. Yo, them ugly alien shoes. And shout out to Kanye. I just don't like those shoes. Alien kicks, Yeezys. Them alien kicks are the best. Yo, you bet. Listen, man, listen. You gonna walk on clouds behind. You better buy that. They don't care. Folks are gonna buy what they like. Doesn't matter. Who am I? And then get mad when people like other things for what? Mind my business. People don't know how to mind their business. Who cares? Like everybody, like folks just, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, yo, who raised? Where did y'all grow up? And I'm not really talking about the audience here. I'm talking about like people. Like think about the mindset of some of these people in this crypto community, man. Yo, like what makes you tick? What how do you come up and think about these things that's like that have no real relevance in life? Everybody's not gonna like what you like. And that's all right. Everybody's not gonna like the fact that you like Tesla and somebody want to be in a Lexus community. Oh, but you don't know that's the ops, Tesla. No, they're the ops, Lexus. What? They both getting you to point A to point B. Are they retaining some type of value? Are they doing something for you? And they getting the job, helping you get your job done? Okay, I'm minding my business because I'm in my Audi, and my Audi's taking care of me, so to speak. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own crazy ways of just interpreting things and making it seem like what they got going on is the best for everybody else when it's not. Because if it was, everybody would be on board, right? Everybody, everything would connect in that way. And just life just doesn't work that way. What are we talking about? Tricking ourselves out of opportunity here because of some foolishness and stuff that we want to hear about other things and blah blah blah. That got nothing to do for nothing. Everybody would adopt one thing if that one thing was good for everybody, right? So what's everybody talking about? Respect the differences, man. People don't want to respect another person's point of view. They don't want to respect the nuances because everything is in detail. People don't want to just, it just is, if it's not what they got going on, is bump everything. Who cares? Who cares? And there's always gonna be issues greater than whatever you got going on. I mean, for real, you got something that's working for you. Respect what you got that's working for you. Like respect, like, okay, you got whatever you dealing with in crypto and it's working for you. Why are you disrespecting it by going, doing other things and dividing your energy elsewhere where you need to just get yourself together, improve your health, because that's the real wealth. Take care of yourself, because that's what it's really about. Don't attach yourself to foolish nonsense rhetoric on the computer from people who don't even give a F about you. Live your life and let time go by. And then you're going to see how things get rewarded for you, how things unfold, because that's how it works. That's how the people who've been successful in crypto have done. Man, they just did what they do. They hold their coins and live their life. And that's a problem for some people, man. They need action. They're like earth disturbers. Shout out to my godson who earth disturbers, man. There's some people they just not settled still. They can't be still. They gotta have some type of disturbance. Even within if it's within themselves, man, they lack inner work. Every problem is outside of them. They don't think that they're the cause, that the issues begin with them, that the issues have to be addressed within them. They don't feel like that's necessary. They think it's external. Oh no, it's this one's problem, it's that one's problem. I don't care, man. I did my decision. I did what I did, and that's it. And I'm living with it, and that's it. I don't have nobody to blame. But people always look for other people to blame because they're just too whatever to accept accountability and responsibility, man. Personal accountability out the window. Self accountability out the window. It's who can I blame? You blame nobody. It's you and your crypto, you and the blockchain, you and your token, you and your keys. It's you. It's just you. That's why it's not for everybody. Everybody can't handle that. Everybody can't handle just being the owner of their own destiny, financial destiny in that way. It's just too much power, too much responsibility. It's too much for people to handle. So enough with this. Oh, we all, yeah, everybody's gonna, we're gonna get to a promise. Yeah, the kumbaya. No, it's not happening. It's not happening right now. Wasn't happening before we were born. It's not gonna happen tomorrow or 10 or 100 years from now. Get it together. I don't care what type of paradigm, folks. That's me. That's what I believe. I keep it for real. I gotta be simple. I don't buy into fantasy. Not the way they trying to kill us off with all kinds of weirdo diseases and things that we ingest. We don't even know what we're putting in our bodies and all kinds of stuff. The condition of life is just being challenged all the time. And now we got these tools right here that can help us, ameliorate financial problems and all this stuff. And we talk ourselves out of our own backs consistently. Forget about trying to help other people. We can barely help ourselves. Some of us, not all. Come on, man, what are we doing, man? Muddy Mo, respect, salute. Guys, go check out Muddy Mo's channel, the DeFi Crypto Show. Excellent, excellent influencer, excellent person in the crypto space. For real, Muddy Mo, glad to have you, man. Don't sleep on the extra 10. Look, shout out to Jacula's community, man. Shout out to, what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad. I ain't, who am I to be like whatever? Who am I? I'm not Captain Saver Crypto. Like, who am I to be, I'm not, what are we doing, man? Hey, that's the these are some of the things that people just don't talk about enough in crypto. These are some of the principal first movers. That yeah, exactly, man. Come on, man. Oh, you already know. Meta Money Crypto Pendu. You already know I'm shaking the Tropicana. You already the Minute Maid, the Sunny Delight. I don't know what other brands are. I know it's Tropicana got a lot of sugar. It's not always good for you. But I'm shaking it. Yeah. I'm not forcing people, oh, buy this, oh, believe in this, because I use this and this and that. Respect people for what they do, man. Everybody has their own voice, their own path in life, their own mindset, their own walk, and respect it, man. That's what causes a lot of discord and problems because we don't know how to respect. We don't. And ego comes in the way and it just like disrupts so much unnecessarily for ourselves. We don't know how to just be humble, be grateful, show support, respect, right? Real loyalty, trust, and honor and things of that integrity, do what you say and live as you speak and things like, it's just weird. Because it's about money and greed and it brings the worst out of people. No, it's the people that are flawed, they're crazy, man, allow the greed to dictate their emotions, right? To take over and cloud their decision making. Like it's crazy, man. What we doing, man? I don't understand. I don't understand. But look, folks, when I speak with passion, right, it's not because I'm mad and just pissed off. It's not about that. It's about, listen, sometimes this stuff, like there's nothing new. Like they say there's nothing new under the sun. Like, so I'm not gonna say that these things have been done before, but in a certain history, they say, I think it repeats itself in its own ways, but it sure does rhyme too. And if you're going through certain emotions and it's dealing with these markets, there's certain things, underlying practices that have just worked, that have worked. Why do you think even in the legacy world, there are companies that have been paying dividends for over 100 years through world wars, all kinds of financial turmoil and calamity? For over 100 years, they've been paying their shareholders dividends, man. Paying. Yo, get this check every quarter, semi-annual, whatever, on a regular basis. Because certain people understand their business model and their operations, and they temper it to a way where they just pay regardless of whatever world condition turmoil is taking place or lack thereof. That is crazy. And why can't we adopt some of these things and principles? We're not machines, we're not corporations, we're human beings. So we could apply it in a way where, okay, we could also be successful and not have to worry about market fluctuation, turmoil, and how it's affecting your well-being. And you can't sleep. And your interpersonal relationships are wrecked because your financials are just upside down, and you don't know what to do. And oh, this shiny opportunity came over here and it came over there, and you want to run over there because you're addicted to the thrill and the chase and this money and everything. Is get what we talk about. What are we talking about? Man, I'm always like until I see something else, man. And it's crazy because it's like, okay, these other two chains, Ethereum, proof of work chains, like, okay, like this is a little this is yeah. I'm not gonna pretend like this is not some type of opportunity or blessing that just came out of nowhere. A year ago, nobody saw it coming. And if they did, it wasn't widely known. Like, oh, whatever dreams you aspire to or wish you could have done on Ethereum 2.0, you could do it on Ethereum Fair and Ethereum Proof of Work because, excuse me, because everything is so much more inexpensive versus 2.0. But people don't trust it because they don't. And then it's about scared money, and but you're trying to make money. But how can you if you scared? And if you're in crypto, you then aren't you a proponent of revolution? But you scared to talk about Ethereum fair and fine, like or utilize these, and then you have tokens there that supposed to be the same tokens whatever chain they're on, and it's like like I I don't care about what Cardano just went through. Shout out to the community. I don't care about how some of the nodes presented some issues, and people are saying, "Oh no, the chain is still good because it wasn't the chain that got turned." I don't care about none of that because I'm not in the community. And it's not because I don't care. Like I think they're just trash. Who cares? I'm not in that community because whatever happened on this end, you know, even with the contracts that were bonded. The communities that created contracts that bond to Hex, they had their own shortcomings a few months ago. Bugs were discovered, and it turned out to be blah blah blah. And there's one community who I don't even talk. I'm not saying nothing about anymore because I don't like the way they behaved and they performed throughout that whole time in November 13th. I don't care for what they've done. I don't care for how they moved. They just were just so they jumped out the window, especially one that jumped out the window trying to point fingers. Meanwhile, his own contract was trash with a crazy, ill, nasty bug, trash. And you talking crap, jumped out the window. So it's ignored. It's like they're not even worth even like identifying. My thing is why I don't know. Money brings the worst out of people, I guess. I don't know. We still blessed. It's just to be here. We still blessed just to be here, man. What other avenue or asset class can appreciate as fast as this class? And we're here. Like we're here. If we understand certain things about life, where we don't, you got to again apply certain things like what goes up has to come down, right? After every storm, the clouds clear up. What comes out? The sun. Like through this market, while it winds down, however long it's gonna take. When the bull market appears, come on now. You're gonna wish you did something during the bear market right now, and the time is now. You're gonna wish you did things differently and not complain and cry and trick yourself out of a bag before you even get it. You know, and that's why I speak for certain. When talk about things, and I talk about like I'm speaking. It's not just for me, for my family I represent, but I'm holding them up because I'm not holding them up like blocking them. I'm propping them up because I just don't want them to lose. But I can't prop everybody up. That's why I already know everyone is not gonna experience what we going to experience. Those who know, know. Those who know. It doesn't even have to be said anymore. You just already know. Look what the charts have shown in the past. Doesn't really, identify or guarantee future results, but look at what these charts have shown, man. If you would just did X, Y, and Z and just calm your behind down, look where you would be today, I remember when Ethereum was $30 not too long ago. It wasn't even 5 years ago. And look where it's at today. Oh, just holding little boring Ethereum. Just boom, here you go. That just, went through two forks and now it's Ethereum 2.0, OFAC compliant, whatever you want to call it, blah, 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 but it's still Ethereum. Bitcoin, I remember when I was at $700. I wasn't around when it was just like super, super, super cheap. Just the earliest I remember seeing it was seven to $800. Look where it's at now. And Bitcoin and the technology leaves a lot to be desired. But look where it's at now. And just for people just chilling, folks don't know how to be still, be calm, be like focused, committed, and just work elsewhere. Redirect that energy elsewhere to improving yourself, your quality of being. Exercise, eat better, get a checkup, your annual. You get a headache, or go get checked out. You never know because we dealing with all kinds of worldly issues and health crises left and right. So it doesn't matter how much money you have if your health is poor. It's weird, man. Weird, weird. A lot of propaganda is not good propaganda. That's why it's propaganda. Just noise after a while. There's just to switch up speeds a little bit before I let you all go. Um, I caught on a timeline. I caught this content creator. He creates comedy, funny. I mean, this guy, and apparently he's been making content for several months, like a year or so, at least. I think he hails from Chicago. His name is Uncle Hank, and his sidekick, I think it's the Uncle Hank and the Lowdown, and excuse me, Lowdown show. Lowdown is his nephew. He's Big Uncle Hank, and guys, just go check that out. Just type in the search bar Uncle Hank and Lowdown and have at it. I mean, comedian, like funny as it is. I really, really like it's stuff like that we need to encourage each other to do, like improve our well-being, get into something that's gonna make us feel overall good. If you're into music, just immerse yourself into music. If you're into art, if you're into exercising, whatever it is, studying, reading, running, walking, even talking, whatever it is, however, whatever outlet you use that's going to provide some type of benefit and not harm you or anyone else, just have at it. Like we need to just really have at it while we allow these tokens or whatever that we're involved with to work for us. The sound ones to work for us. You know, because that's what's important, taking care of ourselves. I'm still fighting a cold for like a week and a half, y'all. Crazy. And I don't have the you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, I don't have the scamdemic. It's just like things are different now. These colds, these coughs, this whole time, it's just different. These things are lasting longer. They're more nasty. They're having a devastating effect and impact on our bodies. So now's not the time to be just in encouraging more negativity on top of our challenges by creating, ideas and craziness to trick ourselves out of our own blessings, man. It's not the time for that. I enjoyed laughing like that had got here. See, Money Mo, you already know. See, I didn't know. I didn't know. Like I found out about this guy like maybe 3 days ago, and I've been like, I'm a supporter. Like this guy, I'm a supporter. His channel is decent too, like a lot of views and stuff. But who cares? It's about the content and something to distract yourself. And welcome to the to the world of Uncle Hank from Chicago. Funny, funny. Um, but no, like the whole health situation. Like yes, like it's they got this. I mean, like people been sick long time, long months, months, and still dealing with the effects months after from like 2021, still dealing with the effects. You think I got time to be talking some I got time to be engaging in like weird activities and weird like Twitter is the worst, bro. Like y'all are lost, Like for so many people to be so engaged in Twitter to act like they provide quote unquote alpha. A lot of them don't even know how to spell alpha. They're telling you they try to give you all this alpha, right? And I'm not throwing any shots at anybody in particular. I'm talking about in general. I've been hearing so much about alpha since 2021. Oh, alpha this, alpha that, alpha this, alpha that. When alphanumeric pages was a thing, I didn't hear alphanumeric alpha anything as much as I hear it now. Hey, all this alpha, alpha. How about the best alpha do? Brush your teeth, because your effed up teeth have a direct effect and impact on your hearts. How about that? Take that as an alpha. Floss, floss, floss. Nobody cares about whatever else you got to talk, is because it's just talk. You know, it's just talk, right? And that grime under your toenails, go get that checked out, bro. That grime, that green, that black, in the corners of your joint, get that checked out, bro. And conditions and rashes on the skin game crazy. These pains that you be feeling in your stomach, you can't sleep right because your headache game is crazy. Your nose stuff you can't hear, all that stuff in the throat. Get your life right. Take care, y'all.